we're working on is finishing up the final exam review number 2. This one, it is 4 pages. So hopefully earlier this week, Tuesday, yesterday, you were able to do those questions, some of them, on your own and checking in with the answer key and everything. And then today what I want to do is go over those questions that you were maybe unsure of or you weren't sure how to get to the answer. So go ahead and think of the questions that you want me to go over, but I do have one question that I know that I need to go over, which is number 15. Are there any others that you guys know you would like me to go over that you're like, I just don't quite understand how we got that answer? Are there any others? Or just that one?
Can we do 18?
You said 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and do number 15. Then if you think of others while I'm doing it or once I finish, then that's fine. We can do more too. So first one I'll do here is number 15. Number 15 says, write the inequality for the graph shown below. That should be a period, not a question mark, because that's incorrect. Okay, so write the inequality for the graph shown below. So this is just like y equals mx plus b is how you would want your final answer, the y equals mx plus b. But instead of an equal sign, you're going to have an inequality sign. The less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. It's going to be one of those symbols instead of the equal sign. So when you're doing this, the first thing I always recommend doing is first finding m. So I'll write m equals, and then we can find b for b equals. Remember, m is your slope, the rise over run, and then b is your y-intercept. Okay, so slope, that's rise over run. We need to find where your line crosses on the graph perfectly. So I'm going to zoom in so you can see it a little bit better. So I've got, it looks like a point right here where it's crossing perfectly, and a point right here where it's crossing perfectly as well. And when you read your graph, you want to read it from left to right like you're reading a story. And we can see this graph, it's going in the downward direction. So I know that my slope is negative. So for my rise over run, I've got my negative. And then first our rise, our vertical change, we're going down 1 and then to the right 1. So down 1 to the right 1. So here's my slope, negative 1 over 1. Because I went down 1 to the right 1, and it's a negative, so it's going in the downwards direction. But you want to simplify that. So if you can simplify, always simplify. This one here says negative 1 over 1, or you can even think of division. Negative 1 divided by, negative 1 divided by a positive 1 is negative 1. So m is negative 1. And then B, that's our y-intercept. That's where our line, this red one here, where it's crossing on the y-axis, the line that goes up and down. This one here, okay? So we can see it's crossing at this point that I just circled here. And we need to see, well, what is that value? If the line we're crossing here, it'd be a negative 1. If it's here, it's negative 2. So you just keep on going, negative 3, negative 4, and that is negative 5. So that's our y-intercept of negative 5. Okay, so we've got our 2 pieces of information. There's only one more thing that we need, which is our inequality symbol. But I'm going to go ahead and start writing out the rest of it so far. So pretend like it's y equals mx plus b. If it were y equals mx plus b, I would write y equals. And then my m is what I plug in first, which is a negative 1. And then x. And then we've got our plus b. But remember, if it's a negative b or a negative y-intercept, instead of saying plus negative 5, just get rid of that plus sign. It's kind of taking up space. And then you can just write minus 5. Okay. So this is not our answer. I just kind of got it started so we know kind of what we're looking for. We need to figure out what symbol we're going to use next. So we're going to clean this up a little bit. I'm going to erase these because I'm going to draw us a little table to help us out. So first we need to figure out if it's, we can see that we have a dashed line. So we have, let me draw this out here, the less than symbol or the greater than symbol. These signs are dashed. And the less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. These are solid lines. And then we've got the less than or equal to, U shade below. Or actually, let me erase these lines. And then the greater than or equal to, U shade above. Okay, so let's look at our graph. We have a dashed line. So it's going to be one of these symbols here because it's a dashed line. And then is our shading above or below? Well, if you were to draw an arrow, either going straight up or straight down anywhere on that graph, the shaded area for this one, if I draw a line going straight up, we know our shading is above. Okay. So we need to figure out which inequality symbol is in both of these little sections here for the dashed and above. Okay, so first we've got the less than symbol. I can see it for the dashed, but I don't see it in the above, so it's not going to be this symbol. We can see, whoops, sorry, scrolled there. The above, we've got the greater than symbol, but it's not in our dashed area, so it's not that one. The greater than or equal to, it's not in our dashed area, so it's not that one. So that means this one here, the greater than, whoops, oh, I totally messed that up there. I crossed it off. I'm going too fast. The greater than symbol, these two are matching. I'll circle in a different color so we can see. Greater than and greater than, these are in both little sections, the dashed and above. So that is the symbol we're going to be using. So we've got the Y is greater than, and then you're pretty much just going to rewrite this whole thing here again. But instead of doing the -1x, remember in math, your invisible number is always 1. So if you can always put it there, you can always just get rid of it. So I'm just going to write -x and then -5. So this would be your final answer here. There's not a 1 there, but if I wanted to, I could put 1 there, and it's the same exact thing. But this most simplified version would be this one here. The Y is greater than -x minus 5. That would be your answer, the inequality for the graph shown here. Okay, so that was number 15. And then the other one I think we said was number 18. Let me scroll down. Yep, number 18. Okay, so for number 18, we've got this 2b to the 7th power. All of that is raised to the 4th power. So this is going to be like our power rule. So we're going to kind of like share out that power of 4 to everything inside. So first, let's look at our coefficient, the number. The 2 to the power of 4. That is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. You're doing it 4 times because it's the 4th power. And you don't even need a calculator for this because we can first do 2 times 2 is 4. You can even do 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So 2 to the 4th power is 16. I'm going to put all my answer over here so we can see it better. So first we have a 16, and then we've got our variable b. Okay, for the power rule for exponents, you're either going to add, subtract, multiply, divide your exponents, the 7 and the 4. For power rule, you're going to multiply your exponents. So multiply that 7 times 4 is 28, and then that would be your final answer there for number 18. Okay. Do you guys have any other ones that you guys would like me to go over? And if you can, please turn your microphone on to answer me because I think my chat is messed up. I'm not sure what it is. Or if you guys are good, then that's fine. Yeah?
I'm good.
Good? Okay, is there anything in the chat that I'm missing? Because I can't, it's being weird for me.
No.
No? Okay. All right. So what I want you guys to do is just continue working on this. And then if you get stuck, you realize later you do have a question, you want me to help you out with one, we can send messages to each other to kind of explain the answer, or we can do an individual Teams meeting. But just keep working on this for today. Submit it. This is all we're working on this week. Technically, the due date is tonight, but if you want to turn it in tomorrow, that's okay too. Or even like Sunday, that's fine. Try to just get it turned in before Monday. You'll still get full credit. That is fine with me. And message me if you have questions. But that is it. So you can go ahead, log off. There's no meeting tomorrow.
Hey,
Yes, was there a question?
When exactly is the
exam?
Yeah, the exam.
So for you guys, I think the first semester, I think you guys came on campus, if I'm correct. But for this semester, you actually don't have to come to campus for the exam. I'm just going to put it online on Schoology. So next week, I haven't decided exactly when you're going to take it. I think I have to follow the exact online schedule. But I think what I will let you guys do is I'll pretty much give you like the whole week next week. To just all you have to do next week for my class is just the exam. You might have like one other tiny little assignment, but you probably, I haven't decided yet. I should know by tomorrow better, and then I'll let you guys all know the exact answer on this. But probably what's going to happen is you can just take the exam anytime next week. I think it's 25 questions total, if I remember correctly. And then you'll get 100 minutes, so it's almost 2 hours. 1 hour and 40 minutes to answer the 25 questions. But I'll let you guys know for sure tomorrow the exact answer on that. I'll have a better idea tomorrow. Okay? Any other questions or anything?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so you guys can go ahead and log off, work on this. Send me a message if you have questions, okay?